This is so funny. Did you get it? Welcome to Reconstructing the World. I'm your host, Anders Morgenthaler, and this guy, most sustainable architect in the world, Anders Lindager.
Hello.
Today, Anders, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to meet the people who's actually the client that has planned this building together with me, and that's the real important people.
So what you're saying is, you kind of it's called a peacock, but the real royalty are these
over
guys,
here.
right?
Yes, exactly.
So this is the people who get shit done, and this is the guy who sells the shit.
Sells the stuff.
Is that the thing?
That's the real McCoy.
And this is a guy moving a piece of fence.
Perfect timing. So we have the king, the queen, and the prince, and Rune. These are the guys from Kilden Hindby, and with every project there is someone who actually develop it. And so develop and planning this project, this is you guys.
So King Rune, Queen Stine,
Yes.
and Prince Henrik. That's strong. That's an internal Danish joke.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about your role in Træ and how you guys develop projects, because I know you do it very differently.
How did you guys get the idea that this was the site that you wanted to build a totally sustainable building on?
Actually, we decided not to build down here.
Okay, great.
Because, you can see it actually, but we decided because a lot of other people wanted to build on this side. But then I met Anders, and we had a lot of beers, and we talked about doing a project together. And this possibility came up, but we were pretty late. So we only had 1 week, and the other guys...
Are you serious?
Yeah, we had 1 week.
Why didn't you drink a lot of beer with us?
I did yesterday.
A little late in the project? I don't know.
Yes.
No,
I
we
take
have
over when it's really difficult.
Yeah, somebody has to be sober. And that's Stine's role. So Anders and I is drinking beers, and we're thinking a little bit about if we should do this project, what should the main idea be?
Yeah.
So we came up with this idea of a building where we only use the concrete where it's really needed, and then we change the concrete where it's not needed.
So, are you usually building buildings that are sustainable from the ground up?
It's
Or is
the first time.
It's the first time?
It's the first time, yeah, and I said to Stine, this talk about sustainability, it seems like it's not going to go away. So we have to learn a little bit. So in each project we decide what we want to learn in this project.
Okay.
So it's actually also a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
So we want to learn something ourselves, and this is how we do it.
And we also need to be practical to learn. So we're that kind of human that need to have it in our hands to learn exactly.
So you're saying, okay, it's time to go sustainable, and we want to learn how that is.
Yeah.
Let's go into the building and look at this. What you guys have made. This episode is going to be a lot of people on set, a lot of talk, and but it's extremely important because without the royalty, there's no buildings, right? There's like my
Anders, stop talking.
Oh look, he's hugging
Another
the tree.
tree hugger.
Remember the episode where I hugged the tree? Look, this is instinct. This is instinct.
Yeah.
Rune, this is instinctive.
Yes.
I hugged the tree also.
It's really nice.
It's like so beautiful. Right?
Yeah, but actually, it's one of the first things you feel when you come in. It's the smell of the wood.
Yeah.
Where you're so used to the smell of concrete that it's not really nice to go around.
Now we're standing here in wood, right? And you guys have been drinking beers.
Yeah.
You came up with the project. You come back with headaches, hangovers, and tell Stine, okay, guys, I drank a lot of beer with this kind of guy. And then you say, okay, we have 1 week before, because this is a site that is being what's the process?
Competition. So you had to come up with a suggestion of what you wanted to build. And usually we do these renders, and we go into municipality and say, this is the building we want to build. But we didn't have the time, so we actually wrote a letter instead to municipality and said, if you allow us to win the competition, we will build a building out of reuse materials and tree, and only use concrete where it's needed. So that was actually a letter to the municipality, and
no drawings.
No drawings. So we actually had an artist just to go in with somebody. So we quickly got an artist, like a cartoon writer, and he.
I know that kind of type.
Yeah, he did actually. He next time we take you, Anders.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Okay, next time.
And he did some drawings. He did some drawings just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we went to the tiger shop up here and bought these small
Booklets.
mini booklets with
Cinderella.
yeah, exactly. And then we bought a lot of stickers.
Yeah.
And we sat down with our children and put the stickers on this and went into municipality.
Are you seriously?
Yeah, we
This is
did.
serious.
And we went to municipality and said each of the judges of the competition have to choose which calls for you. And it was actually, and then we forgot it. And 2 months later, we were to present our ideas. And we came, and everybody was sitting with this. And we asked one of the judges, "Hey, you took the Barbie. Why did you take the Barbie?" And somebody took the one with dinosaurs. So actually, the talk was already started there. And Anders was coming with a windmill wing under his arm and saying it was really, it was almost like a cartoon actually. And Anders was standing there. We want to build with these. And they were looking at us.
Okay, so I'm from the television and film business, right? None of us have ever got a project this insane way.
No.
You guys sound like clowns. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yeah, definitely. We are
okay,
clowns.
so you come in here. Let's go down in the sun because it's freezing. Stine, Rune comes, and you guys are sitting here putting this together, and I guess that there must be some kind of to pitch it like this. There must also have been something in the letter saying, okay, we will then pay for the developer of the most sustainable building in Aarhus? Because I guess this is what it is, right?
I don't know if it is the most sustainability. That's not important for us. It's important for us that we learn. It's important for us that we can teach other people in the developer business and we can give them the courage to do like this. So that's the most important thing for us in this project is to
what I mean by my question is that you must have must have known this is not gonna be traditional, calculation. There must be some kind of
nothing
overhead.
we do is traditional. So this is actually very common for us because we are only good if it's really difficult and if there's something new in the projects that we have to learn. So absolutely, we knew that this was going to be difficult and it was not easy to calculate either. We had to learn a lot on the way, and we are still learning right now.
So he's drinking the beers and finding the way of pitching. Stine is like, hey, let's do this. Let's put it up. Then this guy comes in. Yeah. And then they all come down to your office, right?
Yes.
Can you make this shit happen, right?
Yeah, I have done a lot of hours with Anders and his team, with all the ideas, and we have sorting a little bit and looking around of how do we do about the windmills, how do we do about the facades,
the recycled material.
The recycled materials, and we're not finished yet. But now we're building, so. We're on our way, and we can see the finish line, I think.
There's a lot of stress on this guy.
I'm just like really still not past the point where you guys. So you come into the municipality, right?
Yeah, we actually went to a.
But you didn't have a bill. You didn't have a model, or
but we went to a pension fund and asked them if they wanted
PFA,
to join
right?
a PFA, and asked them if they wanted to join us with this. A little bit crazy idea, and they were saying, let's do it. And we were actually a little bit surprised when we started because we thought we were way behind everybody else in this development. But we found out that a lot of this talk about a lot of it is still talk, and we're talking about it. And sustainability has become something that we can tell to each other.
That's what you guys have seen in Anders, right?
Yeah.
You have seen, okay, here's a guy. I call him the most sustainable architect in the world, right? Very short
I think
title.
you will agree.
No, he's totally agreeing. He loves it.
It's really easy to just talk and be the best architect in that way, but to do it in practice, that's difficult.
That's difficult.
That's why I love
That's what
Anders.
we are trying to do now together, and that's quite fun, difficult, and we learn a lot. Yeah.
Besides learning, Stine, it must have been something more deeper down in you guys. It must somehow have you must have seen that Anders has built sustainable buildings that somehow have given you the confidence of saying, let's do it.
It's a team effort.
Yeah.
So you choose people that would make you give you more courage.
Yeah.
So actually, in a team effort, the problem in some of the project is that there is maybe a builder and there's an architect and a constructor, and if they're trying to show that it's not possible, it's easy to tear down the good ideas.
Yeah.
So you need to start with the idea and decide that you want to do this. Even when it becomes difficult, you still want to do this. Actually, one day I saw a line from somebody that went to a lifetime prison. I saw a program, and he was getting tattoos in the prison cell, and he said that creativity is an act of survival, and it actually burned into my mind because that's how I actually see it. If we want to survive in what we're doing, there have to be some kind of creativity.
I think we're maybe falling in
He's
love
ready
with
for
this guy.
hug. He's ready for hug.
So you're probably taken, but we could also fall in love with you.
Yeah.
We already love with you, Henrik. Prince Henrik, because you made it happen.
There is much about knowledge that's important for you guys. It's also because it's a very curious client we have here. They want to know, but they also want to take projects that are difficult. And that's what you've been doing always, also with a lot of other architects, and are focusing on also changing more than just the building. So working with giving more back than you take. One thing is doing it with a sustainable building, but it's also about working with whoever is around in this area. And that's also something that you guys are involved with. So it's not you build and you have a responsibility. You also have a responsibility for whoever is around you because you are invading their space. And here I think it's a super interesting context that you're building in. Rune, you can maybe say that you've been doing an internship here for Sydhavnspedellerne, which is homeless people.
Just on the other side of the red building, we have a homeless shelter, actually a place they can come and have food. So they're not staying there, but this is like they can come where somebody knows their name, actually like an episode of Sam's Bar. You come down where somebody knows your name. And that's what they're doing down there. Really nice people. Of course, a lot of them have been struggling their whole life. But we met up with them, and then we decided to bring them in on not only on this site, but on all our sites. So they're coming out and helping to clean up, and so now they are actually really good friends of us and is working with us. And they're very popular when they come out because they help the people that are constructing the building.
They come out and do what?
Yeah, they come out and clean, and maybe if we have a building site, some material will go over to the neighbors or something will happen. They will go out and make sure that everything is clean and will come and help the project. So it's very nice. So and then we pay them, and they have some work. And just for a couple of hours, they come and work, and then they get paid on the site. So it's very popular.
Why is it, Stine, that you won't admit that you're super sustainable? Why is it that you are struggling with that fact? Because not only are you building a really sustainable building, but you're also being sustainable with the local environment or the local community. Why is it so hard for you, Stine, to say that you're really sustainable?
That's not really hard for me, but it's really important to discuss when are you really sustainable, because that's a lot of things, and we just want to do it the best we can. But I know we can do it even better, and we'll do that next time. So that's probably why I won't say that we are the best to do sustainable buildings, because we can always do something better, and that's why it's important for us to learn and do it better next time.
I think we need to explain to the audience that we are in Jutland.
Yes.
That we are in a part of Denmark where people notoriously won't take really credit.
Exactly.
Don't misunderstand it with that they are really proud of what they're doing and they have a self-confidence from hell, but they won't admit it. So that's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but Anders, you have to. We also have to discuss the most sustainable is not building.
Exactly.
Can you at all build a sustainable building? Or you can build a building that is more sustainable than a regular building. But I mean, we cannot say that we are sustainable.
No, but I know that this is a thing we discuss on the channel all the time, right?
Yeah.
We discuss this on the channel that building from ground up is not by de facto sustainable. No, but we need to have buildings, right? Let's go this way.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, we also need to breathe.
have buildings.
We need to breathe also.
Yeah.
We need to be here.
We do.
I understand that.
And we also have to learn. It's a very long process from building how we've done the past 100 years, and now learn to build in as sustainable way as possible. And I think if we're not doing these projects where we're testing a lot of new things off and allowing ourselves also to make mistakes, but also do new findings that actually pushes the boundaries.
But I think something interesting, because we need to talk about money.
Yes.
So how much more, when you guys are sitting here, Henrik is like taking all the ideas and saying, yeah, okay, you guys should know this is going to be, how much more does this building cost compared to traditional building?
Maybe like when I actually would start another place. When we started this building project, we said to the pension fund that everybody involved in the project should say okay to earning half of a normal investment.
Okay,
so we decided on that together with the pension fund PFA, because we could see that it would probably become 10-15% more expensive to build like this, and then you put down the margin of what you made.
Okay, great.
So what we learn here is not staying in our company or with the pension fund. We have committed to sharing this with everybody and with the ones who's in competition with us. So we share the knowledge that we get. That's part of the idea.
Not only do you lose 50% of what you usually win, but you also say, hey, let's share it all. But you guys said we want to earn half of what we normally do. That's unusual, right?
Yeah, but actually there's a part two of that, because when we went to talk to the tenants, we actually had a meeting with a law firm that we were talking about this project, and
tenants mean
they want to hire these buildings, and they actually said to us, we started talking about building in wood, and they actually said to us, we don't actually care about that, we would just like to hire the top of the building with our law firm. And we actually closed down the meeting, and we went home, and we said we're not gonna hire out to these people, because if they don't, we use so much energy on this project, and if they just wanted the view, it's not enough. So we actually decided that we want to talk with our tenants about why they're moving into exactly this building, and what can they do in their business. How can they move a little bit, because then our impact is not only the building, then it's also the tenants and the tenants' company and the employees with the tenants and so on. Part two of that was actually we also made another decision. We decided to increase the rent level with 25%, because we said, okay, we actually think that the companies are willing to pay for this to move into this building. So we actually decided with the pension fund, instead of making half of the money, why don't we decide to make 20% more by increasing the rent level of this project. We have used so much energy, so it's fair. Yeah. And actually, what we found out is that the market is willing to pay for a building like this. We didn't want to do a building that we could only do this one by making half. So actually, that's why we decided: can we make it a normal business case where we actually can get a normal profit? Because if we can do that, then it will not only be us and Anders doing this, then we can really make an impact.
And that is reconstructing the world. That is actually what this whole thing is about. Is that what we talk about constantly in every episode is, okay, how can we come from talking about sustainability, learning like you guys do, and then actually competing, right? Yeah. So I think this is a super great story about how to take chances, but also look at this space.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this space.
Yeah.
Look at the wood. Look at these wood beams. Yeah. This is. You can imagine already.
Yeah.
But that's why we're also really curious about the health in the building. So the tenants, their employees, how are they doing? Is it nice to be here? Yeah. They love to go on their job in the morning because it's a nice building to come to. It's just nice. It's nice atmosphere in here. And that's really important because
that's going to be a chapter. I need to tell Stine, enough with the downplaying of being the most sustainable developer. I need you to say now, I am the most sustainable developer in Denmark. Because right now you and Rune have been talking about not only when you do the most sustainable building, which this is.
Exactly.
It will never happen.
And then you do the local community. Yeah. How much would I take to pay you to say that you're the most sustainable developer in Denmark?
You can't pay me to say anything.
Very quickly. Is Stine the most sustainable developer?
Yes, of course. In the world, yes.
Okay, great.
Another part of sustainability is building something that has quality, so people will take care of it for many years. Because a lot of the calculation that we do when we are looking into sustainability is with the idea that you take down the buildings after 50 years. Yeah. So you have to do that into the calculation. Yeah. So the most sustainable we can do is making some buildings that people will take care of, so it will be here in 200 years. Also, we have to say with municipality, that was also interesting with this building, because when we had the zoning plan, we couldn't show the facades, because if we are building in reused materials, we don't have the materials at the time.
That's a really important thing.
That's a very important thing. So the politicians are used to see renders. And we said, we can't show you renders, so you have to have trust in us that we can do this. And then we decided to do it together with municipality. So they have actually been part of the team. We have this city architect that's actually part of the team. So we're developing the facade together with municipality.
So what you told them was then that, okay, we cannot show you the facade. Our intention is to build a facade made of recycled material, right?
And normally for the municipality to say yes, especially for a high rise, they need to see all the drawings, all the details to say yes.
Shout out to Aarhus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important. In the first time they actually said, then you can't get a building permit and can't get a zoning plan. So we said to them, then we have to do it the traditional way. And they said, but we don't want to do it the traditional way. So we said, this is the new way. So
you actually first got a no.
Yeah.
And then Anders was crying.
Yeah, but actually we went together with two municipalities and said, this is new both for us and for you. But this is actually part of the new normal if we wanted to do it differently. And when it comes to learning of this building, I actually remembered one talk I had with Anders.
Was it drunk?
We were actually sober. And Anders
can't remember
with these wings idea. And I was actually a little bit, is that really gonna change anything? And I actually remember Anders saying, but what do you want to do with them if we're not building with them? Yeah. And actually I said, but that's not my problem. And then he said, but who has the problem then? If we don't build with it, it's we have to throw it out, and then it's a problem. But if we can build with it, then it's not the garbage that will be either we will set fire to it or we will dig it down.
Yeah.
And actually, I said to Anna, is it that simple? And
I just want to get into your head, Rune.
Yeah.
How?
Good luck.
And also you, Stine.
Good luck.
But maybe you can move along.
Yes.
So from him, Copenhagen, fancy, sustainability, good-looking architect, blah, 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 most sustainable architect in the world.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah. And so him telling you and Stine, okay, so what do we do with the material? It's not my problem.
Yeah.
Because I think this is what this movement going sustainable in building.
Yeah.
I think it's a movement that needs to be understood.
Yeah.
So when, after he's been saying that, do you then take the decision, that's correct, that's a part of my responsibility, if I can somehow, help with this gigantic problem we have?
Actually, I don't think that there come one point where you say, okay, we're going to do it like this, because when you get the knowledge, it's so obvious. I mean, it's not.
It's a knowledge thing.
It's a knowledge when you understand it. It's so logical.
Yeah.
It's not like, and when you understand it, you think it's a stupid idea to do it in another way. I mean, walking around here, it makes sense going around in this building. It makes sense for you standing in this building made of wood.
Yeah.
So it's actually not a difficult decision.
Yeah.
And this is a team building exercise.
Yeah.
Because Anders is giving us courage to do a little bit more. We're giving Anders courage to do a little bit more. PFA pension fund is doing the courage that we will do a little bit more. Municipality will give us the courage to do a little bit more. So instead of taking the energy level
and you
down,
can say the contractor also learns.
The contractor also.
The ones who are building it already.
Exactly.
It's also new for them.
So if you bring people together that has a lot of courage, and you say we don't want to say no, it's not possible. Then show us what is possible. So if we bring the right people together, then we can increase the courage level, and then we can build like this.
I think that was a fantastic, great, perfect quote to end this episode, because I think it's beside Henrik getting probably a heart attack every Monday morning. I think actually it was a super fantastic quote. And what I think is, we should go to the open floor and enjoy this building, and just make Stine says up there that she's the most sustainable person in the world.
That's going to be difficult.